Welcome to progeCAD Mechanical Parts Layout. This is setting up the model environment. For this video, we're going to be using the supplied sample drawing titled Mech S2_3D_component. I'll open it now from the start page. This mechanical assembly is actually a collection of 8 solids. Using what we've learned from the 3D solids and editing lessons, you should be able to visualize how some of these parts are made. I'll copy clip the blue base and paste it into a new drawing to demonstrate. Many solids can be easier to draw in 2D to start with. I'll reproduce the top part of the base quickly to demonstrate. Typically, I would use exact measurements, but in the interest of time, I'll just eyeball everything. I'll start with a rectangle. Then I'll fillet the corners using the polyline option to get them all at once. Now for the hole patterns. I'll draw in the top 5 and mirror them to the bottom. Finally, I'll draw the hole in the middle, which I'll locate by using snap tracking. With my 2D model created, I'll use orbit to alter my view. Next, I'll extrude all of my 2D entities, creating the filleted box and 11 cylinders. Now, it's just a matter of subtracting the cylinders from the box. I'll speed this step up a bit through the magic of video editing, then set the visual style to realistic, and we'll see how easy it was to recreate this portion of the part. Granted, the part also has a connector of some kind on the bottom, but a few union cylinders and a subtracted polygon would quickly make that as well. I'll go back to our full assembly drawing now and show you some methods to better your work in 3D model space. I've talked about layout viewports, which you use to view your model in paper space, which is then scaled and plotted. Model space supports viewports as well, but they're used differently and have some different properties. I'll get started by creating 4 viewports from the Model Viewports panel of the View tab. I'll choose the Equal option to equally space them. Now we have 4 viewports. Unlike a layout viewport, you don't have the ability to have a floating viewport. They will always appear tiled as shown. Also, they are not scaled, and they cannot be locked. You can zoom and pan independently of each other, and if you set a custom UCS, it is only for that viewport. Navigating between them is easy. It's just a matter of clicking inside the viewport you want to activate. The active viewport will appear with a blue border. The active viewport will display the viewport tools and the view cube. I'll use both of these to set up my views. In my case, I want to see the model in a front view, a top view, a side view, and an isometric view. I'll activate the bottom left viewport and set its view to front. Next, I'll activate the upper left viewport and set it to top. Then I'll activate the bottom right viewport and set it to the right side view. Finally, the top right viewport is set to southwest isometric. This kind of setup isn't required to work in 3D model space, but it often helps your workflow. If you modify or create anything in one viewport, it appears in the others. Here, I'll move the base we worked on earlier to demonstrate this. You can find out more information, download their 30-day free trial, or purchase your own progeCAD license at www.progecad.com.